I gotta feel the vibes. Yanni just told me that her ride had picked her up listening to this song, and I was like, yo, that was my shit. Like, that song used to be my shit, but I feel really good today. What's up, Miralia Legendary Time? Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Just taking a moment to feel the vibes, more presence myself rather to this conversation, and to give people some time to come in. I don't really know what to do with my hands. I feel like Ricky Bobby. Y'all seen that? Y'all seen that? But yeah, today though, I would like to talk about priorities and like what's important to you. Like, what we've been talking about our time and like what requires our time, what we want to spend our time on, what we want to do, blah blah blah, right? And now I've been finding myself in these situations where I'm like, all right, I gotta say no to doing this to make time for this, or to get this done, like, you know what I'm saying, or to make this happen, or to create this situation or this scenario that is favorable for me. And that's been, it's like words. It's like I have the energy to do these things, and at the same time some things have more time constraints. So it's like, it doesn't matter how much energy I have. I could be a ball of energy, but it's like you still have to schedule your time to words. You have to schedule your time so that you can make things happen repeatedly, successfully, however you want them to happen. And I just refuse to accept doing certain things a certain way, or having certain things a certain way. Like, I feel like in my life now, I have upgraded, or I have moved on, or I have moved up. So it's like, now that I'm on this new level, this new way of being, this new way of thinking, things around me have to change. Like, they have to. So if they have not already, they have to. And if you're anything like me, it's like it has to always be changing, because you're creating so rapidly, intentionally, that like these things are happening quickly around you. But we have to prioritize our time. Bruh. I'm learning that moving with inspired action and prioritizing your time and scheduling your time, this whole time mastery, time management thing, has been doing wondrous things in my life, internally and externally, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so what do you think though about priorities? Like, are you like struggling to set priorities? Do you know what's priority in your life? Like, do you have one or two? Do you have a list? Do you have like what do you do? Because for me, my very first priority, this is a new very first priority, by the way, is myself. Okay, I never used to before, recently, we'll say, been my first priority. So that's number one, is me. Number two is people, places, and things around me. And I'm just like, how can I help take care of these things better? How can I do this better? Because doing this better is also helping and sustaining me, which makes number one easier, you know? We have a calendar. I've been wanting a calendar. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna say that. I've been intending to make a planner, and then that time management. Bruh, I'm gonna get a calendar. That works for you, a calendar? So do you like write on your calendar every day, or do you like plan ahead? How do you schedule your time then, Magic? Because You are truly legendary, and you be getting a lot of shit done in a short amount of time, is what I was trying to say. And I'm very proud of you, bruh, because 3 oracle decks working on the 4th, girl, goddamn. Like, that's really intentional, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I plan ahead, exactly. So I feel like priority number 1 should be self. I'm not gonna tell you what it should and should not be. I'm just say for me, when I say should, let me clarify. But priority number 1 for me is self. Taking time to create the best life for self, I feel like it's included with self, which is, to me, planning ahead. Because it's like you have to see yourself beyond where you are now to even know what to put first, to prioritize to get to where you want to be, or what's that date on the calendar for you. Like, if you set the date for whatever it is that you want to do, like, I want to get this car by this day, I want to get this house by this day, I want to get this amount of money by this day, you intend it, you put that joint on the calendar, and then you prioritize your time to make it so that that thing, or working towards that thing every day, is priority, or a priority, or somewhere on your list. Like, it gets done that day. Like, you know, Magic says I have a journal calendar and a whiteboard calendar. I had a whiteboard calendar. I actually gave that junk to Yanni because I used it for like 1 month, and then I am gonna use goddamn calendar. Okay. Let me see. I do calendar magic. Is that a thing? Ooh. I write something on my whiteboard calendar that I want without knowing how I'll get it, and it just happens. So I'll write. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna try that. Let me see. I'll write, have an extra 2K, or have a lover like 3 weeks in advance. Ooh. I don't even really work towards that once I write it. Right? Okay, see, that's the part I'm kind of working on and working towards, but it's like, it's working, but it's not like working. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not hard in the sense that it's working. It's like more so taking action towards, or aligning myself, is what I mean by like work. But yeah, I write it. It's kind of like chaos magic. I set it and forget it, and then somehow it happens. I feel that, and I feel that. Let me see. Okay, Marilia wants to join. Ten of Cups. Welcome. Would love to know what you think about priorities, girl. I'm trying to fill this space, this awkward space, after I pushed accept, and then it's like,
Hello.
what's up?
Hi.
How you feeling?
I am feeling legendary. How are you?
Legendary. Already know how we
Together. I see that you're talking, and Magic is talking about priorities. And what did Magic say? She did some calendar magic?
Yeah. So
What is that?
that she writes something on the calendar that she wants. Know how she's gonna get it. She just intends for that day to acquire or receive that thing, and then she just forgets it. And
Please, I have a calendar.
it happens. And I love that, because it's like writing it down. Like, writing it down is just, I feel like it's so vital, but I never really thought to write it on a calendar. I love that too, because it's more intentional with the day, not more specifically the time. Because I feel like when we try to, like, you know, get too detailed, like, it kind of gets a little foggy. But like, being open to, on this day, somehow, some way, like, I acquire this thing. I love that, and I feel that, because I like write it down, but I never write it down on a day. Like, my thing was, I never set the day. So that's why now I'm learning that when I do set the day, or set the time, or something, like, I'm at this time, this needs to get done, period. That's working for me. Because, like, I wasn't doing that at first. It was just kind of like, la, 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 la. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's just how I felt. So now that I'm prioritizing things, I'm like, all right, look, this can work, this don't work, this needs to change, this needs to move, you know, this is getting done, and then it starts to feel like success, or like thing that you want, or like you're just constantly receiving all the things that you have intended because you planned ahead, you've created it. Like when you plan ahead, I feel like part of planning ahead is you have to see it. Like you are already visualizing. You already know, Mary Leo, we were doing this the other day. Like you're already visualizing being there in that time on that day. What does this feel like? What does this look like? What does this smell like? Who I
Think about.
like, you know, like what is it? Yeah, you know. And then you feel into that, and then as you're writing it, that's what you're putting into your writing. So it's like, of course, when you walk away from it, you've already put that very strong intention and emotion into what you're thinking and feeling and released it. And that's exactly how things manifest. Like you release it, you let it go, and you align yourself. Like you don't try to force this person to do this or force anything. Like you just keep doing what you're doing. You keep la 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 la. Like, you know, and it happens. It fucking happens. And I am learning that. So, yes, setting the day and prioritizing, bro. Prioritizing. Matter of fact, prioritizing setting the day. Prioritize getting the calendar self.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, that's from the that workshop that we did with magic, what was it, the witch?
Yeah.
And she had said, you know, think into the future and talk about your day as if it was the future. And I have to say I've taken that into consideration pretty much every day. I'm like, you know, what do I want for my future? What do I want for my future? And this topic itself for prioritizing blah, 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 words, my priorities have very, very much changed since I have not recently, about a year ago, split from a marriage. So that was my priority. My priority was my husband and my home and, you know, and the day-to-day things. But what I hadn't been doing for many, many years, just like you had touched on, is prioritizing myself. And more importantly, prioritizing mental health. And I know that's a touchy subject with a lot of people, but, you know, it has to be touched on. Like just checking in with yourself and checking in on your own mental health and you know, doing an assessment and seeing, you know, what have I been volunteering and keeping myself super busy and going out and partying and being, you know, the everything to everybody, so that if I sit by myself, I go, oh, now I'm thinking, and I don't like it. You know, it took me a minute, and I ended up having to go, not having to, but choosing to decide to see a therapist because I didn't realize I was masking a lot of things. So prioritizing your own mental health on a daily basis, checking in with yourself, look in the mirror, how are you doing? You know, what do you want to think about? What do you want to work on today? You know, because if you're not okay, then everything else kind of gets muddied up in your thinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I really like what you said when you were like, you almost wanted to distract yourself from thinking, like because things were kind of just going on, they were kind of chaotic. It was like when you think about it, you're like, oh my God, I really don't want to think about it. And it's like, you know, like trying to distract yourself from thinking, I feel like is one of the worst things that we could do to ourselves. And I feel like once we do start to sit with ourselves and force ourselves to think, we see that like, oh my God, like thinking is the exact thing that I actually need to do. I just need to, instead of thinking these negative things, change that story or change that narrative or change that dialogue to something that actually works for me. And then it's like, oh my God, I love thinking. Like thinking is amazing. Like not only can I can think these crazy ass rainbow dream things. Like I can think these extravagant big things. And it's like once you start to kind of make that switch, it's really kind of challenging and daunting at first because it really feels like you're lying to yourself. Like but that's not what's happening now. Like, you know, that's not what I'm feeling. But it's like, the more you think about it, like, that thought feels really good. That, okay. And it's like you expand on it, and then you feel into that thing, and then you release it, and then it happens, and you're like, wow, like, I just thought about that, or like, I was thinking about that like last week, or I've been thinking about that like crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like when it happens, it feels really good. So like, learning or training ourselves to love to think, and not to only love to think, but to love to think our best selves, our best lives, or the best for ourselves. So I feel like for so long, many of us are conditioned to think and feel the worst for ourselves, or the struggle, or the hurt, or the pain, or to just focus on those things, because those things may not always be present, but then you experience them for the first time, and then you're like, whoa. Like, whew, like, I almost don't want to fucking live anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the shit hurts really fucking bad. And it's like, you, again, like, you want to, you already know, but we don't want to go there. So it's like learning to let those things go, and to challenge ourselves to try again if you need to, or if you want to, or if you're open to it, to open yourself back up to thinking positively. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I'm not gonna lie, you may be a dark thought. Okay, they come, and then it's like knowing what it is and how to deal with it, so that you can help the next person. You know what I'm saying? Because you recognize it in yourself, because you see it in yourself first, and then it's like, okay, I see where you're at, but look, let me just plant the seed that there's a better way. Because shout out to Kilo, okay? He was like, I was asking him, like, bro, how do I make the horse drink the water? Because I know y'all all heard the saying, you can lead the horse to the water, but you can't make it drink, right? So I'm like, bro, I led the horse to the water, and I'm looking, and I'm like, all right, we at the water, you know, the horse is about to drink. Horse. What is going on? Why is it not drinking? Like, I don't understand. Like, we're right here. All you got to do is, like, you know, like, enjoy yourself. Like, rest. And then it's like the horse is just standing there. Just like, I'm like, okay, well, what's going on? What's wrong? And then he was like, well, is the horse thirsty? And I was like, is the horse thirsty? We right in front of all this water. What do you mean the water? And I was like, you know what? Because in that moment, my stomach growled. And it's like, I might not be thirsty, but I am hungry. And it's like, I don't move until you get that indicator that, hey, I'm hungry, or hey, I'm thirsty. Like, sometimes some of us get pushed to a point where it's like, I have no choice but to drink this water. It's like, you know, like, and then to be in a situation where you're either the thirsty horse, or you're the person that's trying to make the horse drink, you know, sometimes you either have to let go, because you've done your part at this point. You were supposed to lead the horse. You weren't supposed to make the horse drink. Like, that was never, you know, part of the dialogue. It was never not part of the dialogue either. So, like, it's up to you, whichever works for you. You know what I'm saying? But to be comfortable with prioritizing what is priority, and not attaching ourselves to or obligating ourselves to people, places, and things that we don't want. You don't have to. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely. Magic says, yes, my priority was my husband and my old job too.
I feel that, girl. Sure. Almost every relationship I ever had, that person was priority, and they know it.
I feel like
yo, legendary time, girl. Welcome to the live. Girl, I definitely feel that. And then my job, of course, because security, I don't know about y'all, but okay, I had to grind on my own since I was a little fucking girl, okay? For as long as I can remember, I wanted to be away from my parents, okay? I wanted to be away. Like, so, bro, I remember making lunch money. I was selling drawings for like $2.
to get lunch money because I was hungry. Like, you know what I'm saying? So job was always priority for me. And it had to be something I loved to do because it was like, I'm not about to do this. It's not working for me. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't say, not to say that that's not working for the next person. It's just not for me. You know?
I think as life goes on too, and your life changes, your priorities change, but one thing that you touched on that should always stay the same is prioritizing yourself.
I agree.
It's not selfish to put yourself first. That's what we're taught. We're taught that's selfish. Don't think of yourself. That's selfish. But if you're not your best or the best that you can be, because you know we all have things going on in our life, and you know you just have to give yourself enough time to be okay in your own skin every day. If you just wake up and you go, I opened my eyes, that in itself is a blessing. Now, what am I going to do with my day, and how am I feeling? Sometimes you wake up and you have that feeling of like, I feel like a shoe's going to drop. And it sticks with you all day until you decide that it's not going to stick with you, you know? And when it comes to the whole mental health and thinking of like when you were talking about your dark thoughts and everything, I think of it in a little bit of a different way as kind of like if you need to think of the dark things in order for the light to come out, like as a Peach could say, like I embrace my shadow so the light can flow to me with ease. And like think of it like a video game. I said before, you know, go through every single thing and, you know, hit every one of those coins so you don't have like 2 lives left and you have to jump off a cliff on purpose in order to go back and get that coin you should have gotten from the very beginning, but it was too hard and you didn't want to deal with it right then. Sometimes when I'm having like a dark thought or something, if I push it off to the side like I did for decades, it comes back like, oh, you should have dealt with that right when it happened, you know?
Exactly.
And that's where you prioritize yourself. You say, okay, what are my challenges? Okay, I can switch those. I can switch that into something. My challenge today is I don't have money. Well, go to work, figure out, hustle. There's always a way to make money. You know? And then the money will, and I know you don't like to say the words don't have, but I didn't have. And then it just happens, just like Magic was saying. You just, you know, that's what manifesting is for. That's what affirmations are for. You just will happen if you're thinking in the right way.
Exactly. And then to intentionally think the positive, the positive.
Thinking, I never heard of it until now. Until about maybe 6 months ago, I never even heard of intentional thinking. If someone were to say to me, you know, oh, you can intentionally just sit in your thoughts and think that things, say these positive things, and say them enough, and you say them 20 times a day, it will happen. And I'm like, reality is over here, and that's not reality thinking. And it is. So it has made all the difference in my life.
I feel like
all the difference. This is foreign to me. It was completely foreign. Manifesting, meditating, having magic, it just, what?
girl, not only is it real, okay, it's real fun. Okay, it's real fun because let me tell you what, yesterday I was triggered, right? Okay, because y'all already know about the homelessness situation and everything. So, you know, I'm never going back. So fast forward, and the Jamaica Airbnb, right? But then they were like, hey, we need this security deposit. And I was like, oh, okay, well, didn't expect that. So I'm like, okay, well, don't get stressed out about it. Like, what can I do instead of stressing out? Like, noticing
noticing the trigger, okay, before it happens, like you said, noticing it and dealing with it. So it's like, okay, this is something that may trigger me into negative thinking that I don't have it. I'm about to lose everything. I started this for nothing. I tried for no reason. It's all going to fail. Don't even do that. Don't even start that. Like, sit your ass down. I sat my ass down. And I sat and I intentionally thought, like, okay, I am not going to go that way and just keep carrying on about my day like we always do. Like, just act like it's okay, but we're still thinking, like, in the back of our minds, this negative narrative. And then instead of turning that around and then continuing about our day. So I sat and I was like, okay, I don't know how I'm going to receive this, but I feel myself receiving this deposit in the next 3 days. I feel myself finding not only like the perfect person to work with, but somebody I can work with really quickly, somebody that I just know that they need. I just know what they need. I just know what to say. I just know what to write. I just know what to draw. And it's so hot with the inspiration that it just flows, right? And it's like, not only am I going to get this money quickly and I'm going to do the work quickly, like I'm going to be able to replicate this continuously to be able to create a stream of income, okay? So it's like I changed that whole thing and then I was like, all right, whew, damn, that was a lot of pussy. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it was fun, it felt good. And then next thing I know, couple hours later, I checked my phone because I'm not the best. I was not the best with checking my phone. So check my phone, and I get a message from a guy, and he's like, hey, I want to work with you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, okay, cool, I did it. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not satisfied with that, though, low-key. I want to do it now. I want to get it now. I want to, like the fire, the inspiration is hot. Like, do it now, feel it now, and keep going. So it's like, I was like, yo, you come to me and like, you know, I can meet you today. He's like, okay, cool. I was like, look, you know what, you didn't give me a time, meet me at 7. Okay, 7 Eastern Standard Time, because I had to learn that since I've been working with people all around the world now. That's new for me. Okay, shout out Sydney, I love you. Welcome to the live. So, girl, Sydney, guess what? Just got a new client, girl. We tell you, okay? Attracted it all. So not only did I talk to this man that night, not only was the inspiration hot, okay, he was like, yo, I'm ready to pay you right now. Take my money right now. How much do you want? Right now? That's it? Oh, okay. Right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm so
Great.
happy that I sat and I intentionally thought, because had I fed into the fact that it broke my heart to, do you have the money? I'm like, damn, I don't really. And then you are around close proximity with people that you love, and then, you know, people doubt. I doubt sometimes too, working on it. Do you have the money? How are we going to do it? Like, you know, like, is this, like, what the fuck is happening? I'm like, okay, you know what? Before I accept your narratives as my own, let me think about it. let me try to write the story. Let me take action. Let me receive guidance. Let me move so that I can make it better for all of us, so that I can show you that we can do it. Not only can we do it, we can do it quickly. We can do it every day. We can do it with everything, with every thought, with every feeling, with every person, in every environment, no matter where you go. We can do this. You know what I'm saying? All we have to do is prioritize what is important and then focus on that thing. Like, focus is so important. Like, being in that meditative state when you already plan and you see it and you feel it, and it's just like, there is no way this thing is not going to happen. I feel too good about it. Like, I feel too great about it. Like, nothing that can happen around me can stop me, because it's like, I see you, yes, I hear you, yes, but I know it's coming. Like, I already planned it. I already wrote it. I already felt it. It's done. Like, it's done. It's just a matter of time at this point. Just a little bit of time. And in that time, I'm going to fill that time with more times with me creating better time. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like I can show y'all better than I could tell y'all, but I hope that you receive what I am trying to share, because
Yes.
okay, I feel it. But it's like, girl. hurt sometimes to hear that truth or a truth that's simple. It's that simple that all I have to do is just smile and believe that what I am thinking that's happening for me, that I want to happen for me, is happening for me as I'm thinking it. And just really feel that like this is really happening. Start telling yourself that it's happening. It's happening. Because you feel it, you see it. You're already experiencing it before the experience. Like, make it the best you possibly can, okay? Okay? That's my advice for priorities and prioritize and time. Like, I can't think of any better way to prioritize my time anymore than to focus on better experiences for myself, because that's why we're here. That's why we're here. And part of that, too, is being of service to others. Like, you being your best self, living your best life, doing everything that makes you happy is inspiring the next person to do the same thing. They don't have to do it exactly the way you fucking do it, but, like, you know, like, they learn from you. They interpret you. They pick up the pieces of you they like. They kind of mix their own. They put their own swag to it. You know what I'm saying? And then they keep going with their time. Like, that's what we're supposed to do. You know? Is it just me?
No, it's not just you. I have literally, since maybe 6 months ago to a year ago, I just, like, I'm outlandish in the things that I try to affirm for myself. I'll go above and beyond, you know.
You do
when
affirm.
$555 million in my bank account, I'm like, that's real.
Facts.
That's real.
Facts.
Say what you want. Go above and beyond what you want. Then, like, when you get what you want, even if it's a little bit less than what you affirmed and what you manifested, it's still great. Your life is still great. You're still smiling. You're still happy. You still make those lemonade out of those lemons.
Right.
Doesn't matter. You are happy with yourself. Prioritize your mental health.
Yeah.
Prioritize your boundaries in order to have that mental health. You know? You just I love this whole topic about priorities, because my priorities were completely different. My priorities were everybody else, then me, maybe if there's time. But then I realized I'm not happy. And when I started prioritizing myself and then really sort of like look into the future, like you were saying, and manifest what I wanted and everything, and then it started happening. Like, it started happening, and I'm going, is this real life? Did what I say and what I thought happened? Wait a minute. Carry the 2, 6, 4. Shit. It was me. This is a real thing, and it has changed everything for me. I literally, like, you can't deny it. And this is where I keep saying I'm new to a lot of this, because I'm just sitting there like, I think I said to Magic one day, I feel like I'm in New York City, and I'm just looking up like, is this real? Is this real life? And it is.
Exactly.
It is, when you prioritize yourself and you don't deny who you are and what you're capable of. You find out you're capable of way more than you ever even imagined at all. And I mean, I'm just like, ain't nothing I can't do. What are you talking about?
Right.
You know?
Unstoppable type energy. That's exactly how I feel. Like, especially the better you get at stopping that negative narrative, like from even doing the little whisper thing, like, don't even, wait a minute, pause respectfully, bitch. Let me rewrite that for you, because that's the no. This is how it's actually going to go, and then allowing people to create their own reality, because that's what's happening, and then we create our own. Because another thing I noticed before I tell that, what's up, that's out, legendary time, welcome to the live. Welcome to the live, but I forgot. I don't remember what I was going to say. I don't remember. It'll come that is what I have to say on priorities today. That's out. Since you just hopping in, I don't know how much time you got, but what do you think of priorities? Like, have your priorities changed since you moved to new legendary levels, or like, are they kind of the same? Were you already like, you know, what's going on? But it's like Marilia, if you still have that animal spirit deck, is that an oracle deck or a tarot deck?
It is an affirmations tarot.
Yeah. Okay. Can we get one of those going?
Gifted to me, so I will look her from there, and let's see what happens about priorities. Oh, right up. Okay.
Okay, that's side. Oh, that's the King of Pentacles. Ayo.
Can you see it?
I can see the King of Pentacles. I see it looks like a moose, but I'm not like an elk. What do you call that, a deer?
It's like a moose.
That sound says that his priorities are being changed, and I feel like with the King of Pentacles coming out and everybody's like priorities shifting and changing as they evolve and grow or as they move on and everything, it's like we're becoming more stable or more intentional with our environments and the things that we create in our 3D reality, like what you actually see outside of your dreams, outside of your intuition, outside of your like feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like now we're seeing these things, mastering how to create these things and how to rule these things, like be in union with other people, collaborate to create these things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have mastered creating our 3D reality is how I feel with the King of Pentacles coming out. By prioritizing our time, knowing what we want, having a vision, feeling into it, and now mastering how to make that happen quickly or in its time. I'm not going to say quickly because, you know, my time is different than your time, okay? And that's why it's legendary time, because you never know what time it is for who. Okay? Let's have her go.
She loves the King of Pentacles. Magic says, yes, I love the King of Pentacles.
Oh, me too.
I feel like...
What do you think?
What are you saying?
What are you feeling from the King of Pentacles coming out?
Well, first of all, I see that he's holding his big coin. And I mean, when we were talking about priorities, if I'm going to link this to priorities at all, like, it just seems like wealth to me, like not wealth in money, but wealth in like your knowledge of knowing what you want and what your priorities are. Like, I got this. This is, you know, everybody talks about, okay, here's where I'm going to show my age. Like, I don't know what the bag is, but I think like a bag is like making money. Yep. Is that true?
Girl, okay, the bag.
Okay.
Anything.
My bag to me.
That bag. Okay.
Yeah. My bag to me is like this just bag of what I want. Like, this is my bag. This is my life backpack, almost. And like, I know what to put in it now. And he's just like, this is everything that I want. This is my wealth. This is my abundance. I am abundant in like everything that I want. My hopes and dreams are in here. My money's in here. Everything is in here. And now I know what I want and I know how to get it.
I love that you said that, because that just inspired me. Because thinking that, I'm like, damn, like, why does he only have one coin then? And then it's like that one big coin, and now I'm starting to feel like that one big coin is self, for real, or like something that like represents self, like something 3D outside of self, or it could actually be self, but it's like, I only need me. Like, you know, I don't have to have a whole lot, I don't gotta flex, you know, like, I know that I have that, like, you know what I'm saying? And I have that because I have me, because I have what I need. I give myself what I want, like, you know, That's how I feel.
This is my life backpack, my whole bag, the whole bag.
For real.
You know?
Like, yeah. Humble says all the tools needed to go forward. Yes. I feel like, yes, like we are the tool we need to go forward. Like, our mind, matter of fact, our mind is a tool indeed. Like, our mind is the tool that we need to move forward. Like, you have to change your thinking. If you don't like your King of Pentacles, if you King of Pentacles reverse, okay, for people who read reversals like myself, if you are not where you want to be, how you want to be, like that's good. That's an indication that okay, you gotta do some thinking. You gotta change. You have to do some intending. You have to look around yourself, identify, I don't like that, I don't like that, I don't like that, communicate that, set those boundaries. We be talking about boundaries all the time, set those boundaries, communicate with people, places, and things with intent, because you already know it's gonna happen, whether it happens with them or without them. It's gonna happen. Whatever you say is intent. So you know, like I feel like look at yourself, look at your surroundings, and do that all the time for real. Like this. It'll take some time to be grateful. It'll take some time to sit and rest. Okay, you can't just be like, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't just break sometimes, okay? And even if you don't want to, like myself, sometimes I'm not gonna lie, that's why I always be like quickly, let's go, let's move, let's change, let's do it now. Like, you know, that's me, that's my energy. So if that's not you, that's not you, that's okay. I'm the hair, you can be turtle, it's okay. Like, you know, like move forward in whatever way that you can. So, that's
And even if it's just the wealth of like just knowing that you have to, just like he's like, I just know I have to. I don't have it all yet, but I'm gonna. I know. If you know you have to change your thoughts and your thinking, that's a wealth in itself.
Then you gotta make the time to think, and then to identify your thoughts, look at your thoughts. Don't be scared of your thoughts, and understand that you are not what you think. Okay, you are not what you think.
I pulled a card last night for a friend of mine, and it was from the Rebel deck, and it said
you are what you think.
It said something like, don't believe every thought that you think. Thoughts are sometimes lying, mean bastards.
LOL. Okay.
And it's so true. It's so true.
That's like, I can't even say that because technically we are our thoughts, but then at the same time, you don't have to be the thoughts that you're thinking about yourself. Like, you can always change your thoughts. So it's like, either way, it's like a double-edged sword, like, for real. Like, if you're speaking negatively about yourself, you will be. If you're speaking positively about yourself, you will be, and you will experience. So it's like, either way you go, you're technically right. Now you just have to be decisive and be mindful of what you're thinking and feeling and thinking about yourself, and also what other people around you are thinking about you, saying about you, feeling about you, whether they say those things or not. Like, that's very important too, because that affects you. That affects you in ways sometimes you can't always verbally explain. You know, you just know. So, no.
Exactly. I found a card that says, it says, don't believe every shitty thought you have.
What?
Thoughts can be sneaky lying bastards.
For real. No.
And it's true. Like, if someone says something that they think about you and it's negative, say you're walking into a room and, you know, sometimes, I don't know if you get it, but sometimes I get it. Like, I'll walk into a room and, like, you just get that feeling like someone's like, oh, who this bitch thinks she is. It's like, I'm just standing here. And that thought will go into your head and you'll think it. Someone can say, oh, you look tired. and I just wasn't wearing eyeliner that day, you know. And then I'm like, oh, do I look tired all the time? Do I look tired all the time? And then in your head, you're going like 1,000 times. You say it 10,000 times in your head. Oh, you look gross because you look tired. Oh, everybody sees it. Everybody sees it, and that's what you look like. And oh my God. And then that's where this positive thinking comes from now. And you can just go, you know what? I am tired. I look how I look. And I'm proud of myself. So their interpretation of me, I don't have to internalize that. I'm a big internalizing person. So that really, like, that card really gets to me, like, in the point where it's like, you know, don't believe every shitty thought you have, because I sometimes can and could, but can still, working on it, becoming something different, take somebody's thought and pull a, what's that supposed to mean? Oh, she's saying, you know, you look good today. And I'm like, did I look good yesterday? I don't know. I have weight on me. I didn't get this done. I didn't get that done. And you just get down on yourself. That's where that prioritizing mental health comes from. You know, like, that's a really big thing for me. I've thought a certain way my entire life, and it's done nothing but, you know, not give me negative things. I love my life, and my life has not been bad. It's been bad at times. I've had to realize that, you know, what's that song? I'm the problem, it's me, you know? So, like, just like you were saying with the positive thinking and everything, I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, the thoughts. Changing your thoughts, changing into like positive thinking. It's still so new to me. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I can just think positively and then things happen. What? But you're supposed to, that's not how you're supposed to think. You're supposed to be down on yourself. You're supposed to not put yourself first. You're supposed to not prioritize yourself. Here we go with the priorities again. That's how you're taught for 40 something years, that you never prioritize yourself, and you're supposed to think these terrible thoughts because it pushes you to be better. You know, if you're living in strife and you have strife, it makes you strong. And I'm like, strong enough? I don't need any more life lessons. Thank you very much. Please stop throwing things. These aren't mine. Please stop throwing your bricks at me. Keep your bricks to yourself. I don't need them.
Right, and it's crazy how people tell you that these things are supposed to make you better, but it's like, you've been doing them for how many years now, and your life is still what? And you want me to listen to you for my life to perpetuate what you're already doing, that I already see is not working, that I've already tried in just being around you just a little bit, you know? And it's like, I already see it enough to understand that it's not working for me. I don't have to do it. I won't do it. It's not that I can't do it, and that's where I feel like a little ego can kind of come in for some people. Myself is people in that particular instance where it's like, I can do anything. Yes, I can go through the struggle. Yes, I can struggle. Yes, I know what it looks like to struggle. Yes, I feel the struggle. Yes, I've been through the struggle. And it's like, now that ego, like, oh my God, like, they think that I don't know. And it's like, I don't have to prove that I know. I don't have to prove that I know. Like, I just know, and we have to be okay with just knowing. You know, like, just knowing and just moving away from those thoughts, because those aren't always our thoughts. Again, like, if I had to sit and think, I would not think that I have to prove that I know the struggle. But when I get, like, kind of triggered to feel and think that way, I'm like, okay, well, I don't really feel like I have nothing to prove, but this is kind of put on me. So it's like, why do I feel this way? And it's because, oh, this person feels like they have something to prove, so they're projecting that onto me. And now I'm having these new thoughts where I feel like I have to prove myself, and I've never felt that way before. Why do I feel that way? Again, like, attention about you are saying, thinking, and feeling, experiencing, because they affect you in the, especially if you are unable to discern or to stop your thoughts already. Like, if you don't already know your own internal voice, you just didn't fucking say, respectfully, because now your mind is open to anything and anybody, because you don't even know what you like. like the thoughts are, I can talk about thoughts all day long. I can talk about thoughts all day long. I think all the fucking time. Like, and I'm just like, damn, this whole time I'm sitting there thinking all of these dark, sad, depressing, scary, negative things. And if I had the choice to think, I would be thinking this. And the more I do that little bit by little bit every day, because it's like you don't even realize how much of a buildup you have on like negative, or you had, excuse me, that you had on, you know, certain topics and issues, just fucking life, okay? It could be like the fucking curtains. Like, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like negative thoughts about curtains, and now we're connected to fucking curtains. Changing thoughts, like,
it's easier. It's so much easier to think negative sometimes, and it's a habit that it's hard to break. It's hard to break, but it's once if I think one good thought out of 5, I give myself grace, because it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. And let's see what we're some people say. Let's see. Good points on the thoughts, Magic says. And then that's how that fake it till you make it. Oh, I believe that one. Fake it till you make it. We all do. I don't think I'm running any red lights when I say I think we all do. Sometimes just fake it till you make it. But you will make it. You always will. You have to believe you'll always make it.
yeah.
Hi, Garcia.
Legendary Ty Garcia. Welcome to the live, girl. Welcome to the live. And yes, I definitely feel that fake it till you make it. It's like, because I don't know about y'all, but when I first started changing, I love, Marilia, that you use the word habits, because I feel like that's the word. Like, that's the, because it's like when we can change our thoughts, we can change our habits. And when we can change our habits, we can change our life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like we get comfortable with habits. So it's like after a certain amount of time of self-love, self-discipline, prioritizing, knowing what you want, planning ahead, seeing yourself into that, you have to, word, damn, I had it.
When you see what you want, you have to.
Huh?
He said, when you see what you want, you have to.
You gotta do it. Like, I don't know how else to just say, like, you just gotta act into, like, fake into, like, even, like, for instance, like, if I didn't believe that, like, I could have this, I wouldn't, like, act into already having it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I said I want this, okay, I don't know how the fuck I'm going to do it, but I have to generate X amount of income right now. I have to do this right now. It's almost like having an employee or having people that depend on you, like children, okay? It's like I have to do whatever I need to do right now so that this can be sustained, or this can be what I want it to be. You know what I'm saying? So it's like now I have to sit and intentionally think and now make this happen, align myself, put myself in the right mind, create the right situations for myself to do this. And it's just, I don't know about y'all, but I be forgetting to breathe sometimes, because it's like I be so deep in the thought. It's like I could see them so vividly, like I just look up and I'm already in a different world. Like I'm in Jamaica and I see India. I turn around, I see fucking, I don't know, fucking Egypt. Y'all went to go to fucking Egypt for her birthday. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like I can look around and see all of these different worlds. Just breathe and represent yourself into where you are now, because I feel like we all get like that, where we get a little dreamy, we get all over the place, but present yourself. Garcia says, see what you want, take action, vibrate at what you want, and make that shit manifest. You already know. Exactly. Face the new thoughts until they feel as real as the old ones did, because we had to fake that shit too. If you really remember, if you really think about it, if you really want to get deep real quick, if you really want to get into the shadow real quick, Shadow Twerk Tarot gang. Okay, bro. You were already doing what you wanted to do before you initially got traumatized, we'll say. So when you got traumatized was when you had to change your thoughts and behaviors right then and there in defense from being hurt or from feeling something that was the first negative thing that you felt and experiencing that thing. So for me, example, drawing. I used to love drawing. I still love drawing, okay? As y'all know, that's part of my profession. So it's like when I first got triggered with drawing, I was drawing like a guy. I saw a guy, started drawing a guy. My mom taught me all types of bitches and whores, and I'm like, Mama, I can't even look at like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, damn, well, okay. Well, I won't do that anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you already start faking the shit. You already start, you know what I'm saying? It's like now we have to retrain ourselves. Like, no, wait. That felt good to me. That may not felt good to you. Okay, that felt good to me. Let me explore that. Let me investigate that. Let me see for myself. Let me create my own reality. Let me do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I feel from this. Okay, so if we don't have to fake some shit, we already know how to fake it. Okay, we've been faking it for a real long time. So if you really want to keep it a stack, get your fake shit together. Okay, because we know you fake. You got traumatized and you was fake for a long time. Okay, get your fake ass. Get your fake ass up and get that shit together. Get real with yourself. Okay, like get that real. Okay, because we believe you. We love you. I love you. Believe you. You know what I'm saying? Just like. It's okay. We know what to do. We know what to do. It's like no matter how you chop it up, no matter how you say it, no matter how you put it, you know what to do. You know what you want. You know how to go for it. You know how to get there. If you sit and take this time to think about it, prioritize your time so that you can make that thing happen. Don't look to the next person. Don't be dependent on everybody outside of yourself, waiting on somebody. Like if you gotta wait, you need to find somebody else to collaborate with. You need to find somebody else to work with. But I'm not even gonna say don't wait at all. Again, be discerning. But if something is not working, you communicated, you've done everything that you feel like you could, you sought help, you've done everything that you could. You can't change somebody who is continuously deciding to follow certain habits. So it's like if you're wanting to upgrade, now you have to prioritize different things because this person is not prioritizing you or that relationship or whatever it is that is causing you to have to be like, what am I waiting for? Why are we already on the same page? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, get that shit together and y'all, we can fucking do this, okay? Again, if we're talking about thoughts, I can go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. I've seen so many different works in so many different places that my 3D body has yet to experience, yet to my knowledge. But then is that true? Because why do I see these places? Why do I know these things? What the fuck? Okay, but that's a different story. Humble back. Up because I think Instagram is gonna start counting down soon. It's been about an hour. So closing thoughts for well, thank you for sharing, okay? You already know I love you. I appreciate you. I got both my hands now on my iPad today. I'm on that phone. I don't like to hold the phone. And Marilee, why don't you put it down? Why don't you put it down? I'm like, you know what? You're right. Let me go back to what I was doing. Let me stop taking it, okay? Because my arms are tired. I'm not one of them selfie girls, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I know I look like a model, but I'm not. So, okay. I want to hold it. So back on the iPad, happy I can see everybody's comments and stuff. Thank y'all all for joining us today. Thank you for participating. Thank y'all. Thank you. New things going on at Shadow Twerk Tarot, y'all. Okay. So while I have not been updating in the ways that I want to, and I'm intending to, and I'm getting the help to do, so that I can prioritize y'all, the way that y'all prioritize me by being here. I want to say, because I don't know if I say that enough. So thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So shout out everything. I love it. I appreciate it. And yeah, that's what I have. So check out Patreon. Okay, I'm updating some stuff. Very soon. I was working on some stuff last night. I'm working on the merch. I'm really excited because, y'all, I'm tired. Okay, I've been wearing the same clothes. If I could really keep back, they on the clothesline out here. You're wearing the same clothes. God knows. Y'all know that shirt. Y'all know that black shirt. I wear that black shirt all the time. But so it's time. It's time for the work. It's time for the upgrade. It's time for the prioritizing rearrangement. Okay, I'm proud of it. Continue to prioritize today. Matter of fact, we're going to practice prioritization today. Okay, see what feels good. Understand what you want, what you don't want. Start writing stuff down. Start intentionally thinking. Start noticing where you're getting triggered and how you can cut off that shit. Okay, respectfully, right, chop it in the throat or something. Quick elbow, you know, with your work, and your you don't always have to do something, but that is what I have for us. So shout out, Uncle. Thank you for being here. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Shout out, Garcia. Low battery. Got to charge. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Shout out that style. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Shout out Sydney. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. Shout out Magic. I be feeling like I can levitate when I say magic things. Magic video. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you. I believe that I got everybody, but I'm gonna say I think that I did. I believe that I did, and I was right. Trusted myself. Anyway, I love y'all. You already know, Marilyn. You already know. I don't know if I did, but you know, just in case. Okay, extra love. Love you.